Here today with the Canon EOS M50 and the 11-22mm lens. I'm going to go program mode this time, maybe adjust the exposure compensation here and there. And I'm going to try it third person. So we've got the GoPro up here, also the DJI on the camera. I might move that around a little bit here and there. See how it goes. Already some nice stuff. It's a good opportunity to use the sun in photos with that nice ultra wide 11mm. Of course, you have to consider the crop factor on there, but it is good. And there is a little bit of range here. Actually out quite a bit earlier than usual, which I think might be to my benefit. Can easily adjust exposure compensation by hitting this top button and using the dial. Maybe I'll drop it down slightly. And then you can lock it off with that button again, so it doesn't stay there to accidentally change. Just use that sun in the photos. That way, I'm gonna use a tree to block off a lot of it. So just adjust myself so that the tree takes most of the light out, except for maybe a hint of it. I like coming to this specific area when I use this lens because the trees are so tall here. So I feel like I can utilize that to my benefit. I brought one battery for my camera. It looks like it's depleted, at least halfway. So you need to be more careful about that. It's not very exciting. So I use the viewfinder to frame up things as they go. None of this looks too interesting. As long as the camera doesn't use a high ISO or too low of a shutter speed, which with this wide angle lens probably isn't much of an issue, at least in some situations, it's fine to use program modes or aperture priority, any one of those things. Coming up to some trees that we can use to get interesting. What is this? Let me try this first. Got a lot darker in this area. So here's a situation where using program modes, probably not the best idea. Quite a few trees in here that are not in the best condition. This system definitely has some limitations in the lens lineup. If you don't consider adapting lenses, you're not going to have good telephoto options. There is the 155-200, which I had used and it's fine and generally nice, but f6.3 at 200mm really is pushing it because you have the long focal length, you have shake potential. It does have IS, but IS isn't always going to work in every situation. Again, try to block some of the sun with a branch or something. Get some lower ones too. Pop out the screen here. This is nice, really nice. I do jump back and forth where I like zooms at one point or I like primes at one point. They both do a certain job, certain things well. So in this case, it is very convenient having that extra reach without having to change a lens. Right here, I'm just moving the camera around so you can see that flash of light from the sun. just enough to give me some glow. 22 will make the aperture smaller by default. I was actually expecting a little more wildlife to be out at this time of day, but maybe they're even earlier. So with this one, ISO 320. Touch screens have their benefits, but they also have their negatives. Nice, quiet. Ooh. Just turn around sometimes, you'll see something nice. In those situations, using that EV comp can be helpful, and it's simple. It's one thing you have to deal with. That close focus is great on this lens. That's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe to Banzai. If you did enjoy it, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, and now the applause feature helps out a lot as well. Thanks again.